How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have more information on the Grayscale ETF, the BlackRock ETF, also some news on the Fidelity ETF. There's some banks now that are trying to jump in. We knew JP Morgan was already getting into the Bitcoin ETF game by being an authorized participant, and now we have another very well-known, very big bank jumping in to become an authorized participant as well. I want to cover that, talk about some of the things that are happening behind the scenes right now in crypto. Also, if you want to see videos like this as quickly as I can make them, hit subscribe, because otherwise you'll just be suggested videos from me and it won't be as quick. But I think I was the first one to talk about what was happening this morning with the Bitcoin and crypto crash. So I try to make videos as quickly as possible when the time comes for it. I have a really good 25-minute video or so with another YouTuber later today talking about where we are in the crypto market, giving some huge alpha. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, we just got some more news, some big news that I actually had to interject. I was about to post this video, and I have to go re-record because two big pieces of news just dropped. I'm going to talk about it later in the video, though. Now, while you're hitting subscribe down there, there's a link to Margex. They're a non-KYC, non-VPN needed exchange. If you haven't already signed up for it, I would sign up and deposit. We're going to be running some giveaways. They're one of the best trading platforms out there. There's so many different ways that you can trade on here, whether it's isolated or cross margin. You can put limit orders, market orders. You can use different forms of collateral to trade Bitcoin. So you can make your rewards in Solana or XRP or Bitcoin or USDT while trading the Bitcoin chart. We've been having a lot of people sign up recently. I think a lot of people like it too. A lot of people, after they sign up, they keep on trading. And there's a lot of potential here. We're up 50% on a trade that we just opened this morning on Solana. So definitely check that out. Also, a link down there to Blowfin. I think it's important to have multiple exchanges ready at any one time, just in case one goes down to volatility. Also, there's a link down there to HGAaccess, where we are giving alpha all over the place. We had 3 new videos that are exclusive just for Patreon members today, and we're just starting. So I posted a video in there. We also did a live stream earlier. There's a lot of alpha, a lot of people talking about crypto and what they're buying in that underneath the video. And we are going to give away one free membership, lifetime membership, but you have to be a member to get thrown in that raffle. Now, crypto has bounced up since the bottom this morning. We're kind of just trending sideways, reconsolidating in this $42,000 to $43,500 range. Just a little reminder, there's some reports saying that the ETFs were going to be rejected. Matrixport was the company that said that it was probably going to be rejected, but this was also reported by The Block, and that got 1.6 million views. Now, at the time, I said that it was BS. And in the last video, I talked about how SEC scheduled meetings today with the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and CBOE to finalize comments on the spot Bitcoin ETFs. This is coming from Fox Business. We have more news on what's happening. And keep in mind, BlackRock supposedly was buying here today. Maybe there's some tie-in where they tried to dump the market. But we have more news. Goldman Sachs has been in discussions with BlackRock to be included as an authorized participant in their spot Bitcoin ETF. Goldman is also in talks with Grayscale. Now, what does this exactly mean? Well, we talked about it recently. JP Morgan is going to be an authorized participant for BlackRock. They're also probably going to be trying to do this with other entities as well. It's basically just a way to get extra liquidity. It consists of the creation and redemption of ETF shares to make sure products are traded in conjunction with the specified asset. So Goldman Sachs is in on it, or trying to get in on it. JP Morgan is in on it. We know yesterday, I think it was Grayscale, gave an update, and they did not put authorized participants in there, but maybe they're still trying to get Goldman Sachs as an authorized participant. This just makes it smoother. This makes it much better, I think, for everyone. If there are big entities involved that can provide extra liquidity, and everyone wants a piece right now. Like JP Morgan says it's rat poison, and then a couple weeks later they say we want in. Everyone in Bitcoin is a fraud, they say, and they're all frauds there at JP Morgan. So they allegedly, so they try to jump in. So this is interesting to see. We'll get more information on this. It just reiterates the fact that everyone wants in on this Bitcoin ETF. even if they hate crypto, they want some of that money making ability. We also have news that Fidelity just filed a registration of securities for their spot Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. Now, what is a registration of securities? Well, it gives financial and other significant information concerning securities being offered for sale, and it's to help prohibit deceit, misrepresentations, and other fraud in the sale of securities. So just another step along the way. Seems like everything's being finalized. Honestly, I don't know why Fidelity or Goldman Sachs or BlackRock or Grayscale would make all these updates if they're going to be denied, right? Like the chances of approval are very, very high. We're still down from where we were earlier today because there's some leverage flushed out. Maybe some people are also worried like, hey, maybe I don't want to buy, because if there is some kind of negative catalyst, or if there is some black swan event, or if the ETF is denied, we could go down really quickly. We saw that this morning. But keep in mind, this is all short-term thinking. Long-term, we want to be positioned in this asset. These ETFs are bringing it to millions of people, tens of millions of people. Okay, so I said that there are two big pieces of news that dropped since recording this video, and there's still more important stuff we have to talk about. But CBOE has approved Fidelity's application for the listing of shares of the trust for their spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, CBOE is one of the entities that the SEC was talking about here today, or talking to today. They talked with the New York Stock Exchange. They talked with NASDAQ. They talked with CBOE. CBOE is the largest U.S. options exchange with an annual trading volume of around 1.27 billion at the end of 2014. So it's much larger now, but it's the largest options exchange in the U.S. They approved the Fidelity's application for the listing of shares of the trust. It's another step in the right direction, another big piece of news that gets people excited. And supposedly, at least 3 out of the 5 SEC commissioners are now in favor of approving the Bitcoin spot ETFs. This is coming from Bloomberg. This is big. A lot of people want this ETF to be done. They want it to be approved. They want Bitcoin to be an asset that's traded easily. Now, I think it's important to get a visual representation for how big Bitcoin is. So this is what $100 looks like, 10,000, a million, and we'll continue on. You keep on thinking, oh, maybe it's a billion and it's only 100 million, or you keep on thinking it's a trillion and it's 100 billion. Take a look. I mean, if you're just listening to this, maybe try to look. This is a visual representation for how much money this represents. This is $1 billion. We have multiple altcoins that are $10 billion. Now, this shows you how much value is really in these altcoins, how mature this asset class is getting, and it's still so small. I mean, take a look at that. This stack of cash, $100 billion, is twice as big as a semi-truck and twice as tall. And then this is $1 trillion here. We're still so early, right? Because this is $1 trillion. This is basically the size of Bitcoin. But the national debt, the U.S. national debt, is 34 times this size. Other asset classes are $100 trillion. So we still have a lot of room to grow. And in a world where there's continuous printing and continuous debt, something finite like Bitcoin is just very scarce, and it's number go up technology. You can look too, you can see how many people want in on Bitcoin, and a lot of them haven't been able to really buy Bitcoin. Sure, they bought some companies here or there, some Bitcoin miners, Coinbase stock, stuff like that, but they're also thinking short term. A lot of them, if they're running money for other people, they're looking at the next year, the next couple months, while we can look 2, 3, 5 years out and see the kind of gains that we've had in the past and kind of extrapolate. Maybe history will repeat, or at least rhyme. Now, of course, always do your own due diligence. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. All I'm saying is there's a lot of odd stuff going on. If you think that this ETF is still not likely to get approved, not sure what you're looking at. Thank you so much for watching. Again, you can check out the links to HGAaccess, also to Margex underneath the video. I really appreciate it. Again, if you've heard about those 100 times, try them out. Tell me if you like them. If you don't like them, that's fine. You don't have to use them, but definitely check those out if you can. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.